It looks like we're live. I'm waiting for it to show up.
Yeah. This season is trash already.
Okay.
I'm upset.
So, okay, we're up. So, welcome everybody to this Married at First Sight review. My name is Natasha, and
this is Kasaun Wilson. Follow me at the Life of KAY, Life of Podcast, all that good stuff. Here to do my half of this eulogy for this season.
You think it's that bad already?
You saw the episode. You know what's up.
I did see the episode. Before we get fully into that, if you are watching, I see some people on here. Can you please like this video so people can see it and they can join us? First, I just want to say quickly, RIP Cicely Tyson. I just seen that like 5 minutes ago. It's terrible, but also she lived an amazing life. So iconic. And yeah, I just want to say RIP before we get started.
Rest in peace to the Queen.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's like, where do we even start? We're not starting with Paige and Chris. We're gonna do Paige and Chris after.
Oh, if you want to have a bad time, we don't have to start with Paige and Chris. There are plenty of options.
There's so much going on. We can start with Haley and Jake. We're gonna start with Haley and Jacob's wedding. So before we start, okay, so in this episode, so last week they had 3 weddings. They had Claire and Ryan's, they had Brown and Vicente's, and they had Virginia and Eric's. This week's weddings were Paige and Chris and Haley and Jacob. First of all, I want to say this whole episode could have been 1 hour. Like, I'm playing all these games, having people talk for 34 seconds and then going to a 5-minute commercial break every 5 seconds. This could have been 1 hour. It was very annoying.
Lifetime been dragging their episodes out lately.
Dragging it.
3-hour matchmaking episode.
But they had the weddings. There was 2 weddings, and then they kind of showed everybody's wedding where the people were interacting with the families. And then at the end, we saw them going to bed their first night together. That's what happened in this episode. We gonna start with
season 12, episode 3.
Yes, this is Married at First Sight, season 12, episode 3. Married at First Sight is a show where people get matched by matchmakers
to get their heart
straight, the love of their life, and they meet them at the altar on their wedding days. And we're talking about the weddings. So for everyone who doesn't, is that all the housekeeping stuff out of the way?
I think so. Let's get to the depths.
So I'm gonna put these people on the screen for you all so that you know who we're talking about. So right now, the first wedding we're going to talk about from this week is Haley and Jacob. This is Haley. She is 28. Jacob is 38. Jacob is a computer programmer or some type of programmer.
I am really stressed out today.
Hey. Haley, we don't know what she does for a job at all. Don't know much about her. Why are you stressed already?
This episode just really stressed me out. I am in a way. I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this season. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is stressful.
If anything, you're gonna watch at least to see, because everybody made it to decision day. I don't know if you saw the previews, but everybody made it to decision day. So that says something. Because last time everybody didn't make it to decision day for real. I mean, they made it. Well, actually, they was there. So maybe I'm wrong. So Haley and Jacob, that starts off, they in their hotel rooms. Haley's talking about how she writes people off before she gives them a chance. and Jake is eating his steak quiche because all he eats is steak and eggs, and he was clearly eating some type of quiche. I'm assuming it was steak. And they're getting her dog prepared for his duties at the wedding also. Maybe that's a Caucasian Atlanta thing.
Y'all just don't know.
About.
Maybe it's just me. That's a great question. Tasha, maybe you could tell me. When did the idea of owning a dog not be a house? It's a house pet.
It's a house pet.
When did it transition into like, oh, I'm bringing my son with me to the wedding? I
think about like 4 or 5 years ago. I think it was like a phenomenon of dogs becoming really, really a part of the family. You dress them up. They bills are more expensive than humans. So
just leave your dog at home. Who cares?
So that was happening, and just even as they were getting ready, she was okay for the most part, but it was real somber in his room. They was just sitting in silence, like, so
it was quiet.
It was so quiet, and
you could tell the producers were like, hey, does anybody want to know how Jake feels about today? Or
that's literally how they be feeding in the questions. I'm sure of it.
He was just sitting around like, yeah, and hope she likes me. He just says he says very random things at very weird times.
What I'm realizing about Jake from State Farm is that he's one of those kids. Clearly he was big when he was a kid, and he grew up to be this muscle bodybuilder. But I'm realizing that he was literally the nerdy kid that never got the socialization with women that goes with the looks and the body he has now. He was just kind of like the nerdy one, doesn't really know how to talk to girls that he likes, and he just into his computer stuff, into his own building stuff. He said it himself that he's a hermit.
I honestly think Lifetime, if I was one of them, I would sue Lifetime, because they be editing, the way they be editing is messed up.
Yes.
They spent like 45 seconds, and they always try to put that little clown music behind you to let people know that you sound stupid. He spent 45 seconds being like, generally I end up being with big nose women, so I'm assuming her nose is going to be big. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? Like they be catching him slipping, and then they try to put that music behind him to let you know they're trying to fry him up. I don't appreciate that. If I was Jake, I'd be throwing hands with somebody.
That's gonna have to sue this season for sure. But Haley, she really let them hate friends at her wedding. She really let them haters in her wedding. I couldn't believe it. And they was still talking. They wasn't talking that much trash, but it was still kind of like, you just always been a bridesmaid, girl. Are you even ready for this? Why are y'all here? Please go. You're not helping at all. Even her mom. Her mom just like, is you ready for this? Because you've never been a bride, obviously.
I think sometimes you can tell. There are a couple times, maybe once a season, where you can tell from the family and friends, from your close ones, that person's probably not ready. Like, her main reason for being on the show is because she's tired of being a bridesmaid. That's all she that's all she has to say. She's like, listen, I've been a bridesmaid 14 times. I got to be a bridesmaid twice this year. So, you know.
There hasn't really been any character development for her at all. Except for this episode, she got some character development. She might be a closet drunk. Her dad had to give her the flask before she walked down the aisle. Who knows? Her and Virginia might be very much more alike than we thought.
No, I don't know.
They might
I
be
don't know about that. I saw a different side of her tonight. I'm sure we'll talk about it later, but
yes. So then when Jake was talking to his friends before going into the ceremony, one of his friends' advice was to have separate bathrooms. And I wanted to know what you thought about that. This is an aside. He was saying just have separate bathrooms, no arguments. And I feel like that's how I want to be in my marriage. I have seen this in person, and I love the concept. Do you and your wife have separate bathrooms?
So let me just say, it's so funny you ask. The two main reasons why my wife and I's marriage works is the absolute number one, the absolute grace of God, and number two, the fact that we do not have to share a bathroom. That's number two after God himself.
Okay, so it's a thing.
That is absolutely a thing.
Wow.
I don't know why. We don't have to share a sink. We don't have to. Listen, if you can't have separate bathrooms, at least separate sinks. Okay. But not having the same bathroom, absolutely. My
cousin and her husband, they do that. That was the first time I seen that, like, with somebody I actually know, and I love it for them. When I go over there, I just get to pick and choose, and I'm like, this is great. This makes so much sense.
It's most underrated pleasure of your marriage is not having to share a bathroom, because you got to think everything you use a bathroom for. It's just not. And then it's like the idea that you got to wait to use it for somebody else to use it.
Right.
And here's the thing. And I don't know if this is just how my wife, I could just only speak to my wife. My wife will read a Harry Potter book on the toilet. Like she could have been done 3 hours ago. She'll watch 3 Potter's house services. She'll read the whole book of songs. Like, bruh, I have to use the bathroom too. And now that we have separate bathrooms, it's been a week since we've had separate bathrooms. It has been a revelation.
Yeah, I'm definitely going for that. Going for that when I get married. Hey, Siobhan.
Hey, Siobhan. What's up?
Yeah, I'm trying to kind of ease in slowly because I'm waiting for some people to come in here. But I'm glad you're here. Tonight is a dumpster fire. I don't know if that's the kind of fire you were talking about, but it's a dumpster fire.
Absolute dumpster fire. Brenda's got a baby. Dumpster fire.
Only you in danger, girl.
I honestly think after the experiment, we're gonna have to debate whether this is the worst matched season of all time.
Okay.
Now that I would love to add that to the finale and the reunion. I know we just keep piling on episodes that we need to make.
That's fine.
But we need to discuss the worst matched episodes of all time, or the worst match seasons of all time. And this might be top 3 worst match seasons. Like, even we're not even past the wedding night, and we're already like, why are we here? What are we doing?
Yeah. So we're at Haley and Jacob's wedding. She comes down the aisle, and he's just looking like, oh.
He walked in all quiet, like it was a study hall. Like, bro,
he didn't say nothing to her mom. He walked in there and just stood there, just like, and this is what I'm saying. I think he grew up like the nerdy, socially awkward kid, because it was like he had all this conversation and, with the guys. He's like, yeah, you should, giving them all jokes and stuff. And here he was just like a deer in headlights. She came down the aisle and she's smiling at him. And I was shocked at that. She's smiling at him. I was like, okay, did she? But
she wasn't smiling at him.
She was smiling.
No,
she was smiling for the wedding.
Thank you. She was smiling for the camera, more specifically.
Okay, yes. And then he was just kind of like, I didn't think. My first reaction to him and her was, I don't think he's attracted to her.
No,
No, I'm just saying that my initial reaction to him seeing her and being in front of her, and his face was just kind of like so blank, and like she was smiling at him. You'd think he'd like smile back, try to like ease the tension, and it was just like he was literally straight faced. I'm like, does he even think that she's attractive? That's the first thing I wrote down was, is he attracted to her? Because he does not look amused at all.
You know the thing though? All right. So let me say something about Jake that we just have to keep in mind through the whole season. I honestly believe that Jake is a cool guy, but he may be a little, what some people consider socially awkward. Here's the deal though. if you're socially awkward, but on the low, you're really cool. Like to me, even during the interviews, Jake turned out to be a really cool guy.
Sure.
Sometimes you just got to get past the socially awkward part so you can get to the cool part.
It was so awkward though. It was so I literally wrote, you can't see this. It literally says so awkward on here.
I've never seen. He might be the first person in Married at First Sight history to just walk in. He didn't even address his own family. He just walked in like he was just standing in his tux like, oh.
It was so stressful to me. And then he didn't tell her she looked beautiful. He said exactly, Siobhan. He ain't say. He barely said hi. She was like, hi. He's like, hey. And she's, and he's just like,
what's that challenge we was doing 3-4 years ago where you just had to be still and not move?
The mannequin challenge.
Yo, Jake did the mannequin challenge at his own way.
And I was like, why is it he's not saying, hey Jamal. Yeah. They get to the vows. And it's like, sir, what is going on with you?
That man looked up and said, I lost my place. So what?
And couldn't find it. His groomsmen were looking like yikes, but also trying to laugh it off like it was.
Because they know what's up. They know what's up.
That's hilarious. Double space, 10 lines, and he couldn't find his place.
Listen, anytime. When they read off like, hey, here's what his family wants to know about you. Anytime in the first 5 lines, they're like, he loves fanny packs. You could already see in her face, she was like a hostage. She said, get me out of and listen, she wasn't the only hostage of the night. There were 2 very strong hostages tonight, and she was the first one. As soon as they said she loves fanny packs, and they were just naming everything from the 80s, like he loves Pac-Man, and
and they did her first, and he did not look amused at all. He was like he did not care about anything that she liked to do. His face was just oh wow, okay. That's why I really thought that he wasn't attracted to her, because he didn't smile or giggle or nothing, and that her whole little description. Then when it got to his description, she had been smiling, but then she just stopped smiling. She was like, oh.
I don't know if anyone told Jake this was his wedding or if this was a rehearsal, or I don't know, maybe he thought he was in court. I don't know. I don't know what he thought. I think somebody in his ear whispered hey, they about to tow your car. And I think that look that he had was like what you would have. Huh?
Stress.
It was stress. He had just got some really bad news before the wedding, and it just
that he was getting married to her. That's what the news was.
When she saw him, she was gone. Listen,
you think so?
Yo, I'm trying to tell you. Listen, my wife and I were watching it. As soon as she laid eyes on him, she was like, she's not attracted to him.
No, I wouldn't say. I didn't feel that way, because when he walked in here, all her friends was like, "Ooh, yeah, yes." I was like, "What?" And then she came in, and she didn't look disinterested at all. She was very, she was giving me positivity, and he was giving me, I'm ready to go.
I'm trying to tell you, she was smiling for the camera. I felt no positivity from her.
Really?
And listen, and at least we can agree on this. Whatever positivity there was,
it was gone after that. After he wore
as that lady said the word fanny pack, I felt her soul leave her body. It was gone.
Maybe he was backed up. Okay, maybe he was backed up.
Well, even her family, and they just kept saying it oh, he loves Etch-a-Sketch and fanny packs and Back to the Future 1 and 2 and the original Rocky. And you could just see it was like a punch to the gut every time they said something else 80s.
Her face went down every single time.
And then she was like, and he loves video games. And he's
the glimmer from her eye. The glimmer from her eye was just leaving.
Hold on. I'm going to try to replicate the look. Here you go. It was dangerous. She looked like a hostage.
Yeah, that was their whole wedding was stressful. Even when they was leaving, the kiss was awkward. it's just so much painful. Then they were trying to leave before they was even husband and wife. You know, this is
I think
the most stressful first date I have seen in a long time.
I think that they can. I think there should be one couple a year who gets like a get out of jail free card, where at the altar they're like, "This is weird, do over or something," because that's and that was the best wedding of the night.
I wouldn't say it was the best wedding. The wedding. I wouldn't say that. No.
Wedding.
No.
Tasha.
No.
Tasha.
I don't feel that
Tasha.
way. I agree, Siobhan. She was like,
Are you gonna sit up there in Tyler Perry Studios and lie to these people, Siobhan and Jamal? Get her in the comments. Are you gonna sit up here and tell me?
This was not the worst wedding ceremony of the night.
Should we review what weddings took place? It's only two.
I know. I'm saving my comments when we get to that point.
All right, listen, but here's what I want to say about here's what I want to say 3 words about Haley, because I know we're going to get there at some point. I understand what we've said the last couple episodes. I want to say 3 words to you, Tasha. I was wrong. I was wrong about this. As wrong could be. Do you remember them people? Do you remember them people back in the 90s who was outside protesting like, OJ didn't do it. OJ didn't do it. I was that wrong. That's how wrong I am. I was wrong.
I'm glad you're the type of person that can admit.
I can admit I was wrong. And now we're gonna disagree that was the best. That was the best wedding experience of the night. I will stand on that hill. But here's what I'll say. For somebody who only got married just because they were tired of being a bridesmaid, where they were like, I'm just tired of being, I just need a +1.
She ain't find it.
Poor Jake.
Even we get to the reception. No, before the reception, the talk after the
wedding. One-on-one? Oh.
Painful. Jeez. He don't know how to hold a conversation good. Like,
it was just a bad prom date. It wasn't even a wedding. They didn't even.
And the way she talks about how she don't be giving people a second date. If she didn't have to go on this honeymoon, this would be their last date. This would be their last date.
Here's the thing. Here's how you know it was bad. She was already in the first episode. She was like, I'm not going to give up. Like, give up. It just started. What do you mean give up? you already using perseverance? You just met him. Like,
she had to tap in early because
I'm not one to give up. Like, one to give up. We just started. What is wrong? Why you having thoughts of giving up already?
And she's like trying to be playful. She's like, do you know how to open champagne? He's like, no.
Not particularly. I was like, what? That was her attempt at playful banter. Like, he just did not pick up the clue. Like, hey, that was a joke.
He thought that he was on a job interview, and he asked her what was her job. We talked about it last time. He was like, do guys ask women, what their job is? And he asked her right off the bat. That was like his first question because he couldn't think of nothing else.
I know it was editing, but was it weird that he just kept saying, it's a beach and a chair and it's a sauna and a hot tub and a beach and a tub and a sauna and a hot tub. Yeah,
she didn't give him the reaction that Brianna gave Vicente when he told her about his job. That's what he needed, and he didn't get it. So then that is further down this hole.
His interior design of his house is the proudest achievement of his life.
His pride and joy.
He threw out the big joker on the first go round. It's like, whoa, you gotta hold that card, champ. He threw it out immediately, and
she was just like, he was like, okay, I don't have nothing else. And then she was like, maybe the dogs will get along. He was like, yeah, they should. Like, why are you so serious, sir?
It's like, I don't think he understands the concept of casual conversation. He is literally blunt.
Sorry. This was very funny to me when that happened.
Oh, that was so painful.
It's like, we can go out shooting. He was like, yeah.
Oh, she said, lovely weather. What happened? He said, yes. It's like, yes. Like, yo, you, I think you missed it. I think you missed the attempt at just like playful banter.
Yeah, it was very terrible. First dance was trash.
Oh,
first dance was trash. They're both, well, she was very, very shy. And I think a lot of it was her shyness, just like to be so intimate with somebody in front of their families. Like, clearly she was just
no, she doesn't like him. That's why she felt so awkward. She does not like him.
Even with the pictures and stuff, she was just like, them even just like being close, she was like, in front of my family, like, and they, you know, they kind of say that on the show, like this is their first intimate moment.
No, Tasha, come on now. First of all, she's another one. I haven't dated anybody since I was 21. Now I'm 28. I only want to get married because I'm tired of being a bridesmaid. And she
are the same person.
She doesn't like. No, I think she's cooler than her. She doesn't like. All right.
You think who's cooler than who?
Let me ask you a question. If you got married at first sight, and your attraction to the guy on a scale of 1 to 100 was less than 25%, I'm talking like the lowest percentile. If there was an attempt on his part for to initiate some sort of affection or to initiate affection, like a first dance or kiss or something like that, wouldn't you tell him like, I'm sorry, my family's here, I just feel, wouldn't you find an excuse, like a nice excuse not to do it? You wouldn't be like, sorry, I'm not ready for that just yet. You would try to find like you would do exactly what I'm asking if you would do exactly what she did, which is find a very convenient excuse.
I would pretend.
You would just fake it?
Yeah. If I was getting married at first sight on TV, I would pretend. For sure.
That's a great segue into this next wedding.
Wait. And so they each only have one thing going for them. He has his beach. She has her passport. Period. They have nothing else going for either of them except for the beach and the passport, and they're not impressed by each other at all.
Thank you, Siobhan. I think Siobhan agrees with me. I think anyone who is not attracted to the other person would use every convenient excuse that you have in front of everyone. I just want to get to know you. My whole family's here. I like to take things slow.
I fake it for sure.
I know. I know. You and Ron Isley would just be out there making out.
I won't be making out and stuff, but I mean a dance. Like I'm a dancer. Like I dance with Jamal. Is this a one-sided passport? I think I know who this is. But like I dance, like I dance with the old people. Like it's a thing. I hand dance and all that stuff. And I'll be dancing with men who are not that, I'm not attracted to them. It's just a dance, you know, and we step it out and then the dance is over and we go our way.
No. See, you're trying to get out of the permanency of the situation.
That's like, I would at least fake it because I know that we're going to be together for the next however many weeks. At least let me fake it for now so that later on it doesn't look like I hated him because he's going to see this. I'm going to fake it and then hopefully my attraction grows over the time. That's what I would do.
I just don't believe you.
What? Why?
No, I hear what you're saying. It sounds great. I'm just saying I don't know. All right, let me ask you a question. Can you think in your mind of the most, what you would consider, not objectively, but what you consider to be one of the least attractive people to ever have approached you or expressed interest in you? Can you think of somebody?
Yes.
That was very fast. Okay. I thought it would take a little longer. I'm not going to lie to you. I was like 2.7 seconds. We'll freak out a little bit. But we will continue. Now, if you got married at first sight to the person that you're thinking about right now, you're telling me you would have faked it for that person because you were on TV or because you were married to them?
I would fake it I would fake it because I'm on TV. And I don't want to look like the bad guy. And then if my attraction grew over time to them as a person, I wouldn't have to explain for the initial stuff. And I would not look like the bad guy.
I mean, listen. I'm rooting for you.
I would literally be Keith.
I don't think Keith. Okay. All right.
I don't think he thought she wasn't attractive, but he faked it. But he basically faked it for the rest of the whole season.
I'll take your word for it. I feel like I deserve to know offline who you thought about in 2.7.
You wouldn't know them.
I'll talk about it. Just throw his IG in the private chat. We'll talk about it later. But I think Siobhan and Jamal would like to know as well. But we'll get to that some other time.
But yeah, they have nothing in common. They have nothing in common. He doesn't care about her passport stamps. He don't care about where she's been. He doesn't want to go. She doesn't care about his beach. She goes to see real beaches in Thailand and in Norway and in Scotland and Stockholm and all these places. She doesn't care about your beach in your backyard. She's not impressed. They have nothing in common.
It's like everything that one person expressed they want to do, the other person disliked it with a passion. He was like, "Yeah, I've been to San Juan, but
that's still America. You don't need a passport to go there."
And she was like, "Yeah, I spent either Thanksgiving or Christmas. I was in Wakanda last Christmas. I was in Germany. I was in Gotham last Thanksgiving. I was at 4th of July. I was in Sierra Leone." She's been places, and he was like, "Yeah, no, I went to Oklahoma twice." Like, he doesn't care.
He's like, Henry, he went to Northern Virginia.
Yeah. He was like, "For Christmas, I go to that beach in my backyard." Like, he trying to get back to that man-made beach by that sauna. He don't care about nowhere you going. Thailand? Why would you go to Thailand when I got this beach back here? That's lovely.
Poor thing.
He's about that beach.
Real beaches matter. And he's very disrespectful.
Local beaches matter.
But, and it goes back to what I said. If he doesn't warm up soon, because it's him that's not warming up, she's trying.
She's not trying.
What?
She's not trying.
Yeah. What are you talking about? She's not trying.
She's not trying.
I don't think that she thinks he's extremely attractive. I think that she thinks he looks okay. Like, he's a normal guy. I think that she believes that. And I believe that she's trying.
She's not trying.
I believe she is.
Not at all. Tasha, that man sat in bed like this, naked.
She is camera shy. Everybody's going to see this in the world. Like, I'm telling you, you were wrong about them earlier. I'm telling you, you're wrong now. She's camera shy. She got the producers in her face while she in bed with her husband. That is scary. And why you in my face with a camera while I might want to give my husband a kiss in bed? This is not a porno.
Listen. I don't know why you. Okay, and she tried to set the train tracks in motion throughout the whole night. Her first interview, she was like, "Yeah, when I get drunk, I get really sleepy." Like, she's already said she set herself up not to pay this man no mind when they get back. She had a sip of Martinelli's sparkling apple cider. She was like, "I am beat." And then when they get back, this man is sitting up here naked in the bed, pointed towards her. His body language was all good. He's laying up for pillow talk. When I tell you she's a hostage, she pulled them covers over and she said, and
no, she didn't.
She
just wanted the producers to leave the room. She's like, "Okay, go to bed now." Like, "Okay, guys, this is the end of the filming. Time for bed. Y'all can go." But I'm telling
Tasha,
you,
if you listen to all the things she said about herself, about why she's not in a relationship, all the people she's left, her friends told her they did not believe she would be married at first sight. Thank you, Siobhan. See, Tasha don't be. she said, her friend said the reason why they were surprised she would be married at first sight is because it's not that she doesn't meet people, she just throws them away. She just throws people away.
And I'm telling you, she has not thrown him away yet. I don't think that. I think that she's very camera shy, and I just think that she would like them to get at her business for a second.
Hey Tasha, you think OJ didn't do it?
When the producers left, they started talking and started to have a real conversation. I'm telling you.
Tasha, you think when them producers left, she got out of her fake sleep, turned around.
She didn't do that. She was just laying on her back, just laying up, like, okay, it's time to go to bed. You want to turn the light off? Okay, y'all can go now. Get out of here.
You know who she is? You know who she is? I'll tell you exactly who she is. If you're a fan of Married at First Sight, I'll tell you exactly who this girl is. Do you remember John, the one who ended up being with Dr. Jess? Was
he with the blonde girl?
Yes. She is that blonde girl. She's cold. She gonna end up being with somebody. It's gonna be an ex involved with her. She gonna step out on this man, and he gonna end up with Dr. Pepper. That's
around his age.
I'm trying to tell you.
Listen, guys. I'm sticking to what I'm saying. I said what I said. I'm telling y'all, I said what I said.
I'm trying to tell you, she's not shy.
I said what I said, and we're gonna find out. I'm
so cold. Shit, I'm telling you.
I said what I said, and we're gonna find out later on. But I said what I said. I'm sticking to that. Right. I'm sticking to that.
You know what she did? She went to sleep. She seemed like the kind of person she gonna sleep in until 2:00 just so she don't have to interact with them. She's like, I don't know why. I am so tired.
You know what?
2:45 the next night.
Karen did that. I'm so sick.
And now that I'm thinking about it, we're gonna talk about what happened in the previews for the whole season that will corroborate my story. But we'll talk about it.
So that's all I really have to say about them.
Trash.
The whole wedding was awkward, and everybody was disinterested. It was the cringiest wedding of the night
in Married at First Sight history.
The worst first date ever.
I can't think of a worst first meeting, or more of the cringiest.
Yeah,
we was just like, ugh.
Yeah, the whole thing was just.
Let's just fast forward to
all of my popcorn
day.
in their wedding.
Yeah,
but yeah. What else y'all got to say in the comments before we move on?
That you wrong. You're wrong about her.
I'm sticking to what I said. I said what I said. Let me get these people off.
I'm trying to tell you, go back and watch John. I can't remember that girl's name, but I just call her Maleficent. But whoever that girl, whoever the girl that John was mixed up with before he got with Dr. Jess, that's who she is. And I was wrong. So
we're gonna go. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go to Paige and Chris. This is Paige and Chris for anyone.
Dun 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 dun.
Hold on, before let me say what Asia's saying. She said there ain't enough grown and loved to bring them up.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, I my original thing, what I said 2 episodes ago, I said if they don't find commonalities quick, they're not gonna make it.
Yo,
and they haven't found a commonality yet.
When they move back, she gonna be out the house doing her own thing. She gonna be coming back 3 a.m. You know, it's always that strag every season. She ain't gonna be in that house. She gonna leave that man by himself in there playing Tetris. He's gonna be in there playing Pac-Man by himself at 4 a.m. crying. I feel bad for him already.
Yes, but yes, we can move on to Paige and Chris. This
let me recline.
This wedding.
I'm stressed out already.
This wedding. We had already got through the beginning stages of their thing. We had already seen them getting dressed and all that stuff. Their background talk. We talked about that last week. So the cliffhanger was You that upset about them?
Yo, I actually felt myself getting upset last night.
That's funny. I'm so glad that we have such different opinions. Okay, so the cliffhanger was that she walked in and he said, "Oh, ish." When she walked in, that was a cliffhanger last week. So she comes in this week. I feel an echo. She comes in this week, and when she actually started coming in, my first reaction was like, okay, that was editing. He looked like, okay.
It was not
at
edited.
The beginning.
It was not edited.
You don't. No, I meant like the. I'm saying this is my initial. I'm going through what I initially felt as it was going on.
Okay.
When she started walking down the aisle, he was like, okay. He started smiling. He gave some warmth and things. His dad, the creep of the night, thought she was beautiful. He said, "Oh, she's beautiful."
Is his dad the pastor of the church?
No, the pastor of the church is the pastor that married them.
No, because he said his dad was a pastor. Is he?
Of a church? Now I don't think not the one that he go to right now. I think when he was growing up, he was.
If his dad is a pastor of a church, I want to report them to the Better Business Bureau.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I have so many thoughts about his father, and that I'm going to talk about. But I said, okay, it's not what he's used to, but like he's not his original type. But he didn't think she was ugly. That's what I felt like. And she got up there. She was shy, and they were both nervous. So when they're talking about, they're giving explanations of each person, they were given the flags. Flags. I'm reading the comment. They were given the descriptions of each person, and they talked about how Chris wanted a honeymoon baby. Why does your family know that you're trying to have a honeymoon baby, and they're gonna put that for your wife that's the first thing she hears about you? What? His mom didn't think that was funny at all. Everybody laughed, and she was like,
"Can I just say something, Tasha, before we move on?" And I honestly do mean this from the bottom of my heart. I didn't find anything funny about that wedding. It was disgusting. I'm a little bothered.
The wedding ceremony, I didn't feel like it was that terrible. The actual ceremony?
No, it was already pretty
straightforward. I did write down that it was heavy. It felt really heavy. Like her disposition was just so she was like trying to be way too deep. Like she was giving me fake deep, and it just felt like a heavy.
I don't think so. I think she literally. And maybe I'm just an apologist. We all have our people we root for. Clearly, Ryan's brother, but
Chad.
Oh, okay. We have to refer. We want first name basis now.
First name.
All right, here we go. Here's the thing. I think the reason why I was so bothered is because my impression of him is so set in stone that every time she's like, "I know the Lord wants me to be married," and all this, I'm like, it's like the more genuine she appears, the worse I feel for her. And I didn't think that she was trying to be deep. I really do think that in her mind, like she had, I don't know where she been or what she been doing or whatever. But I really do believe she's sincere. Like she wanted to have a God-fearing marriage, and she really wants to be with somebody and have a family and have kids. And her friends seem very sincere. She got the best friends out of everybody. The sisters got the best group of friends. All the other friends, they like, "Girl, you trash. I don't even think you should be married. Why you before me?" But the sisters been holding it down. Shout out to all the queens out there. But okay. But first of all, his family started off before they even talked about God or anything. The first thing they kept saying was like, he's successful. He likes clothes. He likes cars. And he'll even let you use his closet. It's like, and it was supposed to be funny, but it didn't come off funny to me. It was just weird. Then the tattoo, it's oh my God. The wedding was very, very strange. And let me tell you why it's confirmed why it was so strange. Which I don't know why you thought their wedding was better, because what she said is absolutely what I felt, which was he wasn't trying to connect with her at all. This man was not trying to look her in the face. He wasn't trying to look her in the eye. He
can't read. Okay, she's talking about he didn't look me in the eye during the vows. Okay, he's clearly struggling. He don't know how to read good. Give him some grace. The views of Telltale Tasha do not necessarily reflect the views of Kasaun Wilson, the Life of Podcast on Apple and Spotify, as well as K's House Party. Live on Zoom. Assistant.
February 11th.
He could not take his eyes off the paper because he was concentrating. Obviously, he cannot read that well. Give him some grace. This is your husband.
All right. I didn't know you were going there. I didn't know. I was smooth. How you did that. That was smooth.
It's clear that he was having trouble. Like, he didn't even look at me. And even her friend said that. She was like, girl, like, he was just trying to read the paper. Like, calm down.
Okay. All right. I couldn't turn my camera off fast enough for that one. You caught me slipping. You caught me slipping with that one. It's cool, though. It's cool.
So, his vows, I was more so distracted by the fact that he couldn't read well.
This man said, in fact, I was thinking about what to write. So instead of writing something, I have a question. Where have you been? Like, what do you mean where she been?
You been with me.
You know, she wasn't at his grandfather's funeral, which I must say, he does. I must say, not the worst vows we've heard this season. That man said, you were at my grandfather's funeral. You were with me when I had diarrhea. You were with me when I threw up in the 10th grade. You were with me when I failed geometry. And you're with me still. I'm like, what?
I feel okay, before I continue, I feel like everybody is reacting to everything that they already know, right? We know future things about these people, stuff like that. So people are like you, have their opinions set in stone. They're not watching with the lens of this is my first impressions of the things, which is what I'm trying to do as a viewer. I'm trying to let them give me the show that the way they're trying to give it to me.
No, but okay, go ahead. I'm trying
to take it in as they're giving it to me the way that they're giving it to me. That's why I haven't ruled them out completely yet. That's what I'm saying.
But
this is why I haven't ruled them out yet.
So let me ask you this. How come her friends picked up on everything we're saying after an hour of meeting him?
Because they ain't dumb. Their friends are not dumb. Of course they gonna.
Okay. I thought you were friends with them. Oh.
No. They hear what he's saying. But I'm trying to go and I'm trying to give you my real time reactions. You try to sum it up like, no, this is dumb. This is over. But hold on, because I feel like I don't know. I just feel like I have different.
I mean, different might be one word for it, depending on what direction you're going. Different could be.
What are y'all saying? Sophie?
Talkative with the strippers.
Who are you talking about?
Who was so talkative?
Who was talking to you? Talking about the men?
I don't think the women had.
I don't remember what we were talking about just now. Yeah,
Siobhan, you're gonna have to break that one down because I think you lost.
We need more context. But I thought it was interesting. In her vows, she was talking about going through struggles and how they're gonna have to lean on God. And I said, "Oh, they really gonna have to lean on God with this this future child that's coming." I did appreciate.
You about to say something? I'm about to log off because you about to say something. You about to say something offhand that don't. Go ahead.
Let me go in order of what's happened. I did appreciate him asking her if he can kiss her.
Come on. I knew it. Tasha, come on. Tasha, come on. Tasha, you think he was being a gentleman by asking her?
I did appreciate him asking her. What did somebody say about that earlier?
Tasha.
What?
That man was not attracted to Paige.
I don't think that he thinks that she's ugly. It's just not. She's not the Instagram baddie that he wanted. But I don't think that he thinks that Tasha, she's ugly.
Tasha.
What?
I really do believe. I believe I'm on this journey with you to help you not idealize the most obvious of concepts.
I don't think that he thinks I think that Tasha. He thinks that she looks like a regular girl.
Tasha.
She's not ugly.
Tasha. I don't think she's ugly. I think she's a very pretty girl. But Tasha, this man is not attracted to her. How many times do I'm sure
that's why he asked her. I just appreciated it. I'm just saying I appreciate that he asked.
Tasha, you're starting to stress me out.
He took it too far with the asking on the cheek. Okay, too much.
He was trying to use her anxiety or nervousness as an excuse to not have to kiss her. He did not want to kiss her. Tasha,
is that what it was?
Listen to me. He did not want to kiss her. He said, "Are you sure? Are you comfortable with this?" And then she said, "She literally like she's a." I don't know if you can say the N-word on here, but she's chilling. She's chilling. So she was like, "Yeah, you can kiss me." And then then this is what I knew. He said, "On the lip." He was hoping that she wanted to opt out the kiss so he could look like a gentleman by being like, "Oh, well, no, I'm trying to respect her wishes." That man did not want to kiss her. Listen, if he was up there with Carrie Hilson, if he was up there with somebody who would have passed the paper bag test and was 20 pounds, he would have licked that girl's cheekbone.
Okay.
Without any concern. He was not being a gentleman.
Okay. I get it. You're right. I did not see it from that. I did not see because when he I guess I didn't understand those extra questions. And you're right. The extra questions is what gave it away.
That man said, "Can I kiss you?" She said, "No, that's fine." She said, on the
I was like, why is he taking so long? Okay,
on the lips. She's like, "Yeah. Do I have to do both lips, or can I just do one?" Or
so, but the wedding felt very heavy to me. It's just people being fake. Everybody just felt like people were just being fake deep. Like the vows were just felt heavy. Her vows in particular just was like, this is just it just felt like unnecessarily heavy in the room to me. I think everybody felt like this was like some kind of spiritual experience in the room. And I just like, why is this happening?
He's such a interesting individual. He's so different. Different is your word, right? He's such a different individual. Is he the first person in Married at First Sight history to get to use his own pastor for the wedding? Like, who do you have a contract with that you get to use your own pastor? What is this?
Well, they always have different people for the wedding, so maybe it's people they pick, and we just don't know.
I'm like, yo, if you don't get Pastor Tevin Campbell out of here,
fresh curls. And then Chris also asked when they went to go talk. He also asked her about her job first. So both of them asked. Last time nobody asked. None of the guys asked about their jobs. With these two people asked about the jobs, which I thought was interesting. And he's realizing that's hilarious. She's literally doing this whisper, like it's like this deep. It just feels like this fake spiritual thing. But then when he asked her about sex, she was like, "Okay, it's just
that's all he." Yeah, I think you and Siobhan are both missing it. She is not shy. I think she was nervous at the very, very beginning. Walking in, I think she was nervous, obviously, first meeting him. Yes.
After that, I don't think she was like nervous. After by the time we got to the kiss part, she was like, "Kiss me." she was fine.
She was chilling.
Yeah, after she warmed up, she warmed up or whatever. But I do feel like in all of her testimonials, she's literally talking in lowercase, just like Siobhan's saying. Like all her testimonials, just like But I wasn't getting that from her in any of the other interactions with people. She's just giving that today because she was getting ready, she was in the Holy Spirit was speaking to her, and now that's all.
See, here y'all go. See, y'all be making fun of Paige and not even trying.
I'm not making fun of her. I'm just saying. I just feel it just feels a little.
Anytime, I just want you to know this. Anytime y'all know, that woman's headed for heartbreak. So anytime you mention the Holy Spirit from here on out, it is in jest because we all know good and doggone well the Holy Spirit didn't tell her nothing.
I know. It's that same, but she said. Okay, period. I'm gonna have to start texting you and asking you about my love life.
It's really not that hard. Like, listen, if you're watching, guys know a lot more than what they tell you.
Sure.
And I don't want to say too much because then I'm gonna get in my Steve Harvey bag, and I'm not trying to be that guy because I'm not that guy. I can just tell you for me, it's like I know, and if I don't know. I know enough to tell you I don't know. That man, please. Okay.
So everybody knew that he was going to like her body. That's the only, apparently that's the only plus that she has in her life. But they have a lot in common, like I said
Tasha,
before. And he's...
All right.
I'm just saying, as they were talking.
Thanks for letting me on. I'm Kasaun Wilson.
Stop. All I'm saying is, I knew that they would have a lot in common, and that's the only point I'm trying to make. That if he, like you were saying, if he's not here for the right reasons, right? If he was here for the right reasons and didn't initially think that she was Carrie Hilson, I still think it would have worked because they have so much in common. And once they would figure those things out, the relationship could work, is what I was saying before. And that's all I'm saying now. I'm not talking necessarily take Chris out of it. Put in a regular man who wants to be married for real. And all of that. If he didn't initially think that she was attractive, over time he would realize, like, oh, this thing is gonna work, and now I'm actually liking her for her, and all of the things that are gonna hold us together. That's what I was saying previously. But because y'all so sick of Chris, y'all can't hear what I'm saying.
Because we're so sick of Chris. He's the guy that got married at first sight. Are you kidding me? What do you mean Chris was sick of Chris? Who else are you supposed to be sick of?
I'm just saying, you're not even letting me have my point, which is true, because you guys hate him. But
no, I don't hate the brother. I wish the brother nothing but success. I hope him and all of his Subway Expresses do well in life. All I said, no. The only reason why
my point wrong. Tell me my point is wrong. Remove the fact that he don't want to be there for real.
No. Listen, that's not the point.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
I hear what you're saying, but I'm saying the reason why people kick back on your point so much is because you still have them as a maybe on the board. If my memory serves me correctly, I have an absolutely not, and I believe I was one episode from actually putting a curse word before absolutely not. You still have them as a maybe.
Because I'm not changing nothing else until after the honeymoon, period.
I'm
saving my changes.
Which is why when you say statements of hope, you get jumped in the comments because no one understands where this hope is unfounded hope.
But okay, say we didn't know about pregnancy. Say we didn't know about say that he actually wanted to be married at first sight. Would my point be wrong?
You know what this question is? You the friend that was like, girl, Tina, if Ike wasn't beating on you, When he's not beating on you, he's a great husband.
Oh my gosh. Somebody please tell me that I'm right.
No. Listen, literally. When he's beating on you, terrible guy. But when he's not beating on you, that man, he bought you flowers 6 months ago. And when he's not beating on you, he's great. It's
no,
like,
but I said that before anything. I said that.
So, all right. So if person A, if the principle applies to person A and person B, then yes, the principle applies.
Thank you. That's all I've been trying to say. But
No. But you use that point to justify why you think Paige and Chris could work. So that's why
because I'm trying to operate from a place that I don't know about all the other madness that's about to happen. That's how I'm trying to operate from a naive place that I'm just taking in what the producers have shown me. Before this episode, anyway. Not this episode, but before this episode.
With just this episode alone, I would come to every single conclusion that I'm making right now. Just this episode alone.
Okay. So I just want to say they have a lot in common. And why was he kept talking about his ex? Sir! That is the worst first date topic on the face of the planet. He compared everything to her. Oh, you got a dog? What kind of dog? Oh, my ex had that dog. Okay, who cares about her? And she was like, "Is she your wife?"
So, all right. Yes. So Siobhan has said what I want to say, the way that I would want to say.
This?
If this is their first date, now mind you, if we all forget everything we've ever known, this is the first time he's meeting this woman. And the first time he meets her, and I think the conversation with her friends was even worse, but we'll get to that. But even if this is your first date, this is your first impression with this woman.
Yeah, he was ruining it. Like, you know, he's steady digging himself a hole. And what he was talking about, he kept telling her so much information up front. And I was like, at least being honest, but like, why are you telling her so, like, he was just throwing everything out there at the wedding. Like, you couldn't wait until at the wedding night, y'all in the bed and the producers is gone, y'all can just talk and then you can tell her all the terrible things about you. Like, why are you just throwing it all out there and then telling everybody at the wedding? Why are you telling everybody your business?
So Tasha, I just want you to know, if this is, everybody's watching, if this is a long-time partnership, I would like to establish certain traditions on this channel. One being what I like to call hashtag Michael Alert. If you watched the DC season, Michael was a pathological liar. And when things start to sound fishy, I call it a Michael Alert. It's hashtag Michael Alert. Chris had a couple Michael Alerts in that first conversation. So you left Georgia. She asked him a simple question. Hey, and she asked it so innocently. How'd you end up in Atlanta? This man drew a map that Carmen Sandiego would have been proud of. This man said he left to go to South Florida. And
he used to live in Chicago.
Yeah, he lived in Chicago. Then he went to South Florida and then got a job. And then he went to Arizona for manager school. And then came back to Atlanta.
And then I was homeless for like 3, 4, 5, maybe more, 5, maybe 6, 7 months. I don't know.
He had a choice between a place and a car, and he chose the car and did that for a couple months and then went back up to Florida or Atlanta. I'm not sure at this point.
Got a job. My first check was $12,000.
$12,000. And then this man said, listen, you got to watch the way people word things. People will listen. Here's one of my major principles in life. If you just let people talk, you just got to shut up sometimes and let people tell you who they are. If you just don't, you just got to let people tell you who they are. If you let them talk long enough, they'll tell you. Mm-hmm. This man said, I just closed on my first house
last week.
I closed on my first house last week, so now I flip houses. I want to say the N-word so bad. I'm gonna respect your channel. You just closed. You're closing on your first house next week.
Next week, yeah.
But so now you flip houses. Meanwhile, while you're talking about all this big success, she's like, yeah, been doing that for years. What do you mean?
And he was like, oh, wow, that's crazy.
You know one thing my wife said? Can I tell you one thing my wife said? She said, he's going to be really uncomfortable being with someone who doesn't need him. As much as he says that's what he wants. Yo, she looked at his success. He said all of that success, and she was like, oh, yeah, did that in 2016. That's cool. She was like, yeah, I'm a financial advisor, so I will be looking through all your books. And that's when I was like, Michael alert, because he didn't look that happy. He was like, uh-oh. He's going to be fact checking. I'm the youngest person to be a particular owner of a franchise. Like, you own a Subway in Atlanta. Just say you own a Subway.
Subways are money makers.
I get it, but it's like, come on. Like, you just,
yeah, he definitely, and I don't know if it was like a nervous oversharing type of thing. You know, people like, they just end up like talking. No, seriously. Because I would think that the type of guy he is, he would kind of hold some of that stuff back. Like, if you know you're super shady and shiesty, people usually kind of like reserve it, see what's going on first, and then say what, you know, kind of put it out little by little. But he was just like literally word vomit to everyone. Why are you doing this?
Tasha, it's called a Michael alert.
Like, he's not good.
Michael lied about being a yoga instructor and invited Mika to go to his yoga class. That's what the Michael alert is all about. It is lying when you don't have to.
I guess. Okay, I guess. So I'm trying to decide if I want to talk about his dad first or let's talk about the daddy. Let's talk about the daddy. Let me go back up to a comment that I had seen. His father is disgusting. Disgusting, embarrassing, all of the things. His father's disgusting. He literally was like all hyped up about her butt, dapping up all the groomsmen, dapping up his son. Yeah, she got that body. She got that body. Then at the toast, he was like, I'm just so glad. You know, he put on his preacher voice that the Lord brought you two together. And I'm so happy that you are a part of our family now. And I'm excited to see what the Lord is going to do with future generations. Like, ugh.
Y'all gonna stop bringing the Lord into this. That's nasty.
It was disgusting. And then when she was at the table with his dad and his mom was like, you know, make sure you take your time, you know, the right advice. Take your time, like, don't rush into anything. And his dad was like, he wants sex when he comes home from work. So you should give that to him. Why are you all up in your son's sex life?
Wait. Before we get there, I feel like we need to give proper credence. I know we're at the family part, but I gotta say, okay,
we can go back.
I'm so glad you said, I'm glad you put that comment up. That one-on-one conversation, when I tell you that man gave he needed no reasons to bring up his ex. It was a conversation about dogs. And this man said, oh, my ex had a dog.
And that was the second time he brought her up because he had already brought her up.
Oh, yeah, I was engaged last week. She said, oh, Paige was like, you know, I breathe oxygen. He was like, oh, my God, my ex used to breathe oxygen, too. That's crazy. She used to release carbon dioxide. It was crazy. Like, he brought up his ex every chance he got. And I think that is the first time that she allowed herself to realize that was a major red flag. I think
Absolutely.
In her face, that's when she saw it.
Absolutely.
Like, oh wow, I'm gonna have to sue Kinetic Content or Lifetime or whoever this is that put me up to this.
Yeah, that was definitely like, excuse me, you just married me. What? Who? Exes don't exist.
So let's go in order. So
yeah, the tattoo.
I was just about to say, let's go in order here. So then she says, Paige to me is very, very sweet. Now I am gonna be biased towards somebody who I think is a victim. So I'll be a Paige apologist for the whole season. I'll just say that up front.
I'll be the realist.
Yeah, I don't know about that. You call Chris difficult. Okay,
I'll be the Paige realist for you.
What? So she said, I thought it was really sweet that you got me the infinity because I actually have an infinity tattoo right here. And this man responds by saying,
well, she asked him if he had any tattoo. Yeah.
He said, yeah, I got 3. She said, oh, what you got? Oh, it's a cross and a crown. You know what you could have said in that moment? We'll talk about that later. Because you know what I don't want to say right now? That I had to put a cross and I had to put Jesus over my ex-fiance's name.
That's what I'm saying. Why was he saying so much stuff so early on? Like, why wouldn't you? If this, as shady as you are, you would think you would know how to do it right. You're supposed to hold that information in, make it seem like something else for now, and release that later on. You're doing too much. At least get her bonded first. You don't know how to do it right.
Tasha, I am becoming increasingly aware that you are really good at being fake. And it kind of scares me a little bit that you like have a blueprint for how to be fake. You advising him to tell him how to lie very, very easily.
I'm just no. But I see people do it all the time, so I watch people. Okay,
you are very fluid with the spirit of deception, and I don't know how I feel about that. I want to say all of the Don Cornelius is out there. Be careful, your girl's out here.
That's not okay. That's not it. I'm just saying we all know how to be bad.
Hey Chad, be careful, Chad.
Most people know how to be bad, but they choose good.
Okay.
Everybody knows how to be a trash individual.
Okay.
Okay. But yes, I agree. Why was he saying all that stuff? You could have kept that to yourself.
So all right, we go from that conversation to where they're sitting down with just the two of them. Mm-hmm. And then he like continues on with the sex talk, like immediately.
No, that wasn't yet. That was later.
So they talked to the family before they were just sitting down with the two of them at the table?
They sat with the two of them. They did their first dance. The first dance was fine to me, I think. Nothing super.
No, because remember he was like, are you a tomboy? Are you a pretty girl? Like it was just...
Yeah, I remember him asking. He was like, do you like designer? He was like, do you wear designer shoes? What? What are you talking about?
She was looking like, are you what?
And then she said she wasn't high maintenance. And I did not like that she said that. And I felt like it was like, one, she's not low maintenance. She said she's low maintenance and she's not, number one. And I feel like this is a side note, not necessarily to their relationship, but just like in general. I don't like when women say that when they're clearly not. She gets her lashes done, her nails done, she gets her hair done. She tries to look good. And I feel like women say that so that it's like, I'm the cool girl. Like, I'm not high maintenance. And I was sad when she said that.
Tasha, all right. So here's the part where I'm confused.
This is aside. This is just an aside.
No. We let's stay to the side. So you want Chris to fake it You want Chris to fake a tattoo covering his ex-fiance's name, but you don't want her to fake it by saying that she's just low maintenance?
But I think that ended up being a negative for her because he wants somebody who's high maintenance. Like he would, if she would have said I'm high maintenance, he would have been like, oh, okay, because he's the type of person that would go pay to get her nails done, pay to get her hair done, he's that kind of person. And she was like, I don't know, man. He's like,
I think she's absolutely right. I think she has high standards. I think what she's saying is, I'll be low maintenance for you. I can do everything.
And I feel like she shouldn't have said that. I'm just saying, I feel like she shouldn't have said that.
So you feel like all women should tell men that they are high maintenance?
No, I think that they shouldn't say that they're low maintenance when they're not. You know what I'm saying? I'm high maintenance, but don't sell yourself short and say I'm a low maintenance. Like
what is high maintenance?
I personally don't think it's like a negative thing. High maintenance is you take care of yourself well and you treat yourself well. I don't think it's like a negative thing.
Okay. Right.
But I feel like people do, and then that's why they say that I'm low maintenance. Like they downplay. But anyway, the dance that was done.
Trash.
Then I felt maybe I'm out of order. But I felt like, okay, maybe he did have the sex talk before he talked to her friends.
I'm trying to tell you, it was when they were sitting down. Like they were like, all of these 5 couples just got married at first sight. And this whole family's having fun with each other. They were sitting down talking. And that's when he was like, they were just sitting there and not having no conversation. And he just like, you a virgin? What?
And then this is the thing. This is why I felt like it was like all this fake heaviness and spirituality was just stressing me, because she was like, no, of course not. Like, why would you ask me that? What makes you think that? Like, why you making it seem like it's a negative, girl? It's not. And then he just kept going, like, sir, this is.
You want contraceptives?
Sex talk and X talk are not the first date conversations.
Who is you?
No. This is literally, these 2 weddings were literally the worst first dates on the history of this show. Sex talk, X talk, cringy father. My friends don't like you.
The one friend likes him a lot, and that one she needs to listen to that.
Girls or the one with the short hair.
So there's one with like, see, when women ask you which one based on the hairstyle, there
was one with locks. There was one with long.
Yes, the one with locks. She
was catching all the BS.
That's what I'm saying. So she was the one who tried to tell her what's up. It was the other girl who was like, well, he's had a long day and he may be stressed out. He has a lot going on. It's like, whoa. That man.
Okay, well, they don't know. They're just meeting for the first time. And the people, your bridesmaids, is supposed to be the people that's like, the people that stand by you on your wedding is supposed to be the people who try to help you get through your marriage, right? So I think that they were just trying to help. They don't know that he's trash. They don't know yet. I mean, they know now.
I know Paige knows. The first thing Paige said was, I felt like he wasn't trying to connect with me. He felt disconnected.
But she said that she said because he wasn't looking at her during his vows, but he can't read. That's different. That's not disconnection. He just
Tasha. Tasha, come on. Are you serious?
He needed to concentrate. I don't feel like that was disconnection because he was looking at her the rest of the time. Or did I miss something?
Tasha, that man, when he was with her friends, he literally said out of his mouth. First time meeting her friends.
What you were talking about when she said she felt disconnected when he was reading his vows.
No. She said he felt disconnected.
And then she specifically said, like, when he was reading his vows.
Right, but she wasn't wrong. He was you can clearly tell that he was not connected to her at all that whole time.
Okay, yeah, he wasn't holding her hand or anything. When they staged the rings and they wasn't holding hands. It was weird.
This man, Tasha, you just.
I'm agreeing. I'm saying you're right.
This man said out loud. I could not believe this man was willing to say this out loud. This man said, "Yeah, you know, she's really different from the people I used to date. I used to date like pretty and prissy. She's different than the people you used to date. I'm used to dating pretty. What is wrong with you?" Then they said, yeah. You know, she's more than just a trophy wife. And he was like, "No, I don't think she's a trophy wife." So what is wrong with you? This man is crazy.
But I understood what he meant when he said that, though.
Oh my God, Tasha! Yo, somebody in the comments. Can somebody in the comments, please? Because maybe I'm just not. Am I missing something here? Because she has a reason for everything.
I understood what he meant.
Did you just say I know what he meant?
No, I'm saying. When he said that in particular, I understood what he was saying.
Please do me a favor. Please enlighten me. Tell me what he meant. Please.
When you think trophy wife, you think Carrie Hilson, very prissy, very high maintenance, stay at home, like somebody you just literally, they don't talk much. You know, you show them off and then that's it. Looks wise, like I said, I don't think Paige is ugly at all. And I don't think that, and I also don't think he thinks that she's ugly. I just think that he thinks she looks like a regular girl, and that's not what he wanted. But I can see.
Tasha, are you trolling or are you serious right now? Are you trolling? Like, are you trying to be funny? Like, are you doing this for the content? Do you really mean this in your heart?
I can see that I understand what he's saying about the idea of a trophy wife. I have a vision in my head too. I don't think she's a trophy wife. It's a very superficial image. And I don't think that she is. She is like that superficial image that most people have in their head.
Okay. First of all, I think I would like a 3-camera angle of your next date so we can come on this channel and explain to you what is actually happening. Because I think you are missing it all. I think a man has actually proposed to you and you didn't know what he was doing and you just missed.
That has happened to me before. But we're not gonna. It was.
Oh no, we don't. No. Oh no. We're not. Wait, what?
It wasn't.
Was it about 2.7 seconds, man?
No.
Wait. So you can't. Your channel deserves this.
No. I can't tell the story because if he watches it, he's gonna know I'm talking about him.
I mean, any man who's proposed to you would assume at this point that you're talking about him. I don't know how many guys have lined up to propose to you that, yeah, we watched you try to put a wig over your dreads. You can't give us one story? And it was 10 minutes. We watched you for 10 minutes.
Listen.
So, all right, you can tell us the bullet points at least.
Okay, so like, it was like very silly. We were young. We was at Taco Bell and he gave me like this Taco Bell packet, right? Like one of the sauces. And you know, the sauces have like all these different things on them, like all these different sayings and stuff on them. And so like, I'm sitting there, not paying attention. He was like being really weird. He like pulled this packet out of his like jacket. Like he had like held onto it and like put it on his jacket at a really odd time and kind of just like gave it to me. And I'm like, I didn't ask for any sauce or whatever. So that particular sauce said, "Will you marry me?" on it. And I I was like, what? And that's what I'm saying. I was confused. That's the end of the story. Okay, so
all right, just one follow-up question. Because we definitely deserve a separate video with this whole story. No. We deserve it. These people have been watching an hour and a half about some trash weddings that have set. This is a season of Real World Atlanta. This ain't even Married at First Sight. So I just need to know: was there a ring involved?
No, we were very young.
Got you. High school, post high school.
Post high school.
Oh, so you were adults. This is not a child we're talking about. This is a grown man. This is somebody who could have went to war legally.
Yeah, I think I'm not going to say nothing else.
All right.
So
I did my best, guys. I got as much out as I could.
I'm not going to say nothing else. But yeah, it was just a lot of fake deep. He's talking about how he she's definitely seeing all the red flags, but she lit up at the virgin question, which is like, like she already had at least 6 red flags before he asked her if she was a virgin. Then she like wanted to like overprove that she's not. Like,
I don't think so. I think it was the only thing that he genuinely showed interest in knowing about her. The whole day was all about him. His vows was about him. The conversation was about him. His family's advice for her was all about him. The only thing that he wondered about her was her sexual value to him. So I think when he had the conversation, it was his first time like meeting halfway. So I think it was her way of like, oh, he's showing interest. We're having conversation. And she seems so far to be a pretty open book, which is why
they both do, apparently.
Yeah.
That's a great analysis of that.
Wow, Run for the Border would be a great title for your Taco Bell engagement story.
Yes, that is a great analysis of that. I can absolutely see that. He said he abstained from masturbation.
Wait, why you not putting the Run for the Border comment up on the so everybody can see? You just gonna look at it. She trying to bypass it and get back into the conversation. That's funny.
He said that he abstained from masturbation for 3 days for this wedding so that he could get his mind right.
Yeah. But the way he set it up was mean. My man said, yeah, I've been fasting, you know what I'm saying, to make sure my mind is right. So what I did was usually, to get myself together, for the last 3 days, I haven't even been involved with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to come and make sure my intentions were pure. Like, are you serious?
That's what I'm talking about. This fake heaviness, this fake deep, this fake heaviness of spirituality. It was just so much in this entire wedding. And there was so much pressure. We're gonna get back to the daddy in a second.
That's a whole.
But there was so much pressure for children from this stranger that none of y'all have met. It like just the whole day, children from every angle. What is happening? I know she had to be like, what? But I feel like she didn't react too much to it because she just feels like her purpose in life is to like marry him and bear him children. But it was so much pressure. I'm like, it was stressing me.
Just one last word on the fast. If that's the fast,
right? I've been trying to just keep it moving, and I just can't get away with nothing. So I'm saying, I'm like, sheesh. Anyway,
let me get a large husband and a quesadilla. All right. Anyway, I'll take me a mild DC Negro and a chalupa, please. Thank you. Yeah, here's the thing. If I don't know why you would say that out loud. First of all, you didn't have to say it was a fast. You didn't have to say what you were fasting from. We would have just assumed it was chicken. And you certainly didn't have to say it was 3 days. Just say I was fasting before the wedding. If the wedding is on Thursday, that means on Monday. That's very uncomfortable. I don't like the way that made me feel at all. He tried to set it up like it was some like altar call speech.
Yeah.
You got to go, Doc.
So much fake heaviness.
You need to go back to manager school in Arizona and figure out how to talk to people.
But him talking to the bridesmaids, he was telling too much of his business. Like his oversharing was stressing me out. It's like he wanted them not to like him on purpose.
No, I don't think that's what it was.
That's how it felt. Like, why do you keep saying these things? You're literally just continue to dig yourself a hole. You don't even know how to, like, he don't know how to fake it at all.
He's not used to faking it because he's used to being with people who just put up with whatever he gives them because he might be doing something for them.
Sure.
But now that he's with somebody who probably makes more than him, he's like, oh, people don't want to hear about my ex?
Yeah, I don't want to hear about my shoes. I got these especially for the wedding. You see how they sparkle? I can do the moonwalk. But one thing he did say was right. He said that she's the one he.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
When he said that she's the one he needs, like
Tasha.
And what? They matched them for a look.
Tasha, come on, man.
On paper,
Tasha, come on, man.
I'm talking about on paper.
Tasha.
What?
Tasha.
What? I don't feel like this is a hot take. I feel like on paper.
That line was impressive to you?
No, I'm just saying he's right. He didn't impress me.
This man looked her closest friends in the face and said, she's the woman I needed, not the woman I wanted.
I don't think that he should have said it to them, but he's right in what he said. I was all saying, I don't think he should have said it to them. I don't think he should have said majority of the things he said to them at all. He should have said half of those things out of his mouth. Maybe he could have just said it to the cameras in his little whatever interview. He said way too much to too many people. But I'm saying he's right in that he don't know it, but this is the girl that would be like literally hold him down, would literally like they'll compliment each other, blah, blah. I'm just saying he's right. He don't necessarily know it yet for real. He just said that, but
all right. So I'm not trying to make this a hot take, and I'm not trying to make this go 3 hours long because this is about to be as long as the matchmaking episode. But
that's what he said.
But you gotta, all right. So if I use your principle of saying I'm trying to just give,
I'm not saying that they should work because of it. I'm just saying he's right.
But he doesn't know her. But to your point, if I'm only gonna have an opinion based on the show that they give us, this is his first time meeting her, so he doesn't know her.
Well, he's noticed the similarities about like their job and stuff. He's noticed he's just noticing like little things here and there, and he's like, and he said she's probably what I need. And what? What am I saying?
All right, let me cut to the chase. Let me ask you a question. Do you believe, as I do, that when he said that, he was literally just purely talking about looks?
Do I think he was purely talking about looks?
I believe that when he said she's the girl I need, but she's not the girl. When he said the part about she's not the girl I want, and he kept saying like on paper, I get it on paper, but when he said she's not the girl I want, that he was purely talking about looks alone.
Oh, that's what you think. That's what you're saying. That he was only talking about looks.
Yes.
Oh, I guess I didn't take it that way, but I can see that, I guess.
So tell me what else it could mean when he says she's everything that I need, but she's not what I want. Other than looks.
The on paper stuff, like they align in so many things, and he's like realizing, oh, we have all these things in common. We probably have more things in common once I get to know her. This is probably the relationship I need.
But he said over and over, I don't want to be with somebody who's with me for my money. So why would he not want that?
But no, she's what I need, as in the rest of the relationship, but not what I want the way she looks. What? Am I interpreting that wrong? Everything else about her is what I need, but she's not what I want looks wise. Right.
And he said that to her friends.
I know. I'm just saying that he's right that she's what he needs. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that he's doing a good job.
I would like to also say for the record, I would like to say again for the record, I am bothered and I am emotional for Paige. If I come off a little aggressive, it's not you. But it keeps sounding like you be defending this man, and I can't do it. Oh, I can't do it.
Him. I'm just saying from the matchmaking, say I'm a matchmaker. Yeah, this is the girl you need. This might not be everything you want, you see in your head, but this is the girl. This is why we matched her, because she's the things that you need. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that he's a good person at all.
But I mean, okay. I feel like you're saying that from a place of knowing more about her from the matchmaking episode, and I'm saying he doesn't know enough about her.
I think he's realizing little things here and there. And he's like, these things are lining up. There's probably more things. She's probably the girl that I need, but I'm not attracted to her. Oh no, Siobhan, he said he wanted sexy, submissive, a freak, don't want for his money. That I feel like that was honest. And she's those things. She got a sexy body. She a freak. She said she's good in bed. He asked her a couple times. She said, yeah, of course I am. She want to be submissive, and she don't need him for his money.
But here's the thing, right?
I think that you're thinking that I think that it's going to work because I think that they, on paper, they would work. But I don't think that it's probably not going to work. I'm just saying, on paper, they would have worked if.
Right. But I guess what I'm saying is I believe that 100% of his intentions are not. Let me not say that, because I think there's good in every bad and there's bad in every good. So let me not say that. I can't find justification for what he meant as much as you can. I think you see more good than I do. I think on paper, I see why she's good for him. I don't see anything that he adds to her, or even on paper.
Yeah, I don't see anything that he adds to her. No.
Like, to me,
I agree.
Even what his dad was saying, it's like you just want to get somebody to fill this slot.
Yep.
Like, you low key, he wants a trophy wife. He does. Mm-hmm. And as much as he says he doesn't, he does want somebody. I'm just bothered. I'm just bothered.
Yeah, I'm trying to be objective in what I'm saying, even though I know he's trash. So I don't think it's going to work because I know he's trash.
Okay.
But objectively,
so we didn't talk about this beforehand. I'm not trying to be objective at all.
Clearly. Yeah, if his heart was right, this could work, but he has no tact at all, which was stressing me out. Anyway, his father is disgusting. He reminds me of so I get hit on a lot by married men, like older married men. And it's just like
at Taco Bell's or regular restaurants?
No, no, not at Taco Bell's.
Oh, okay.
But it's just like, just cringy and disgusting and just like, ugh, like. And I know a lot of great older married men. Like especially my church. Thank goodness none of the married men that ever hit on me go to my church. Praise the Lord. As I'm so happy I can say that.
Such a weird way to pick up your church. But okay. If you need a new church home,
man was trying to hit on me.
If you need a new church home,
we got some honorable married men in there.
Sure.
But it's just like, just the way that he was talking to her, I just felt like it's like what am I trying to say? It's like he was trying to live vicariously through his son. Like it's like he expects his son to tell him everything that happened on the honeymoon. That's like I feel like he's that guy, and it's just making me ugh.
It just felt dirty.
So dirty, so dirty.
You know, I always had the suggestion. If anybody from Lifetime is watching this, I have always had this suggestion. I always thought that if it was clear that a person wasn't ready to be married or was toxic in a situation, that the experts should have the liberty to come in and end the process for the two people. But if they're ending the process, you don't want to lose their storyline. So I honestly think that even if a couple breaks up, like they be trying to make them last until decision day. And some people don't need to last to decision. Paige and Chris do not need to last till decision day. But if you don't want to lose them on the show, to actually take them through individual counseling to start to at least help them heal through the things that make them not ready for marriage, I would be very, very interested. I don't think Chris and Paige are going to, I don't want, y'all saw the previews for the season. I'm stressed out.
Oh, what?
But yeah, absolutely. Sidebar. His dad had a very like, it ain't fun unless the homies can get some kind of vibe. And that was sick. But I always thought, all right, if Michael and Mika aren't good for each other and they want to end the process, or Paige and Chris, let's say after they get back from the honeymoon, it's a disgusting situation. Baby, ... We all know what's coming. Baby, ... If Paige says, I don't want to make it to decision day, I don't need the pressure, we already know this marriage is not going to work, then why not have individual counseling sessions on the show? You can do it live on the show with Dr. Pepper, with Dr. Cal, and what's the other one's name? She's dope. I just cannot remember her. Viviana. And actually sit down with Chris. And here's the thing. I know he's going to be the villain of the season, and that's fine. But I never really truly believe in throwing people away because I think there's good in every bad and bad in every good. But only perfect one was Jesus, so I get it. But why not have space to not necessarily talk to him as a husband and talk about why he wasn't ready to be a husband, but to help him grow as a person. So we're not throwing this person away, but we're also not trying to fake it like he's really going to make it to decision day. Like,
well, unfortunately, I think because Paige felt like she heard from the Holy Spirit, she's going to try to stick to her vows. And where she was saying, we're going to have to lean on God I feel like she's going to try when she run, child. But I feel like she's going to try to see, you know what I'm saying, it's marriage now. So I feel like she's going to try.
Just a suggestion. If anybody from Lifetime is watching, that one is free.
Wait, I don't think 26 is too young to get married necessarily. He's young in mentality and things, but I don't think 26 as a general age is too young.
No, I mean, here's what I'll say. Clearly, Tasha's type or her ideal age group is somewhere between 46 and 62. It's somebody who's been to a Motown Revue concert, but well after David Ruffin had already died, when they had replaced him because of drugs. So I don't know if she's qualified to have this conversation because she wants somebody Ronald Reagan or before. Unless it's Chad, it's Ronald Reagan or before. Here's what I'll say. I don't think that marriage is a matter of age as much as it is accountability and maturity. I just have a homie who is 24, I believe, who just got married, and I think he was absolutely ready. And I have acquaintances who are in their 30s and 40s, and I think I don't think they're ready. I think it's a matter of intention.
Yeah, you don't think Eric is ready, and he's 34.
Who?
Eric.
Who's Eric?
The pilot.
Oh, well, no, I think he needs to be married to a fellow slave owner.
Well, you said you think he's lived enough, like his mom said.
No, did I say that?
Yeah. I was like, he's 34. How much more living does he need to do to know he wants to get married? And you were like, no, he's still young.
Well, I don't think that he needs to be in a rush to get married because he's 34. Like I don't think you should just be marrying just because it's an age or a number. It's like
sure.
The level of responsibility that we have in marriage is not something to be taken lightly. So I don't think age has anything to do with it. But no, I don't think 26 is too young. I think Woody was like 27, 28 or something like that.
Yeah, I think he turned he had like a milestone birthday.
Oh, 30 maybe?
Before the season started, I think.
30.
Yeah. So do you have any other opinions on Paige and Chris's wedding? And we could speed through the last week because nothing happened.
I have plenty of opinions on Paige and Chris. I mean, plenty. Oh, I want to ask you this question. What did you think about when Paige went to go sit down with her girlfriends to try to figure out how she felt? What did you think about what her girls were trying to tell her, and how do you think that will play out throughout the season?
Like I said, I think that because they were the ones who stood with her at wedding, when somebody stands with you at your wedding, like they're trying to be there to support you and help you throughout your wedding and like make sure you make it and make sure, what I'm saying, they want it to go positive. They're trying to help you through it. So I think that they were trying to be supportive, also trying to be. They did say some real stuff. They weren't. I don't know. I really liked her friends. They were honest. Because they were saying like, girl, they were trying to calm her apprehensions about it, but then they were also still giving their honest opinions too. When they were talking about how he was just engaged, like they were like, that's kind of a red flag, but they were pretty real and down to earth to me. I appreciated them.
The reason why I asked is because I always wonder, this is something I always pray about, that God would just allow my friends to continue to give me advice objectively and not from their own bias. So like, that one girlfriend was on it. She was calling it. She was like, girl, I asked him what his name was, and he talked about his ex. And that's exactly what he did. She was like, so, what'd you go to school for? And he was like, oh, my ex went to school. Let's talk about her. And you could tell in her face, she was like, and listen, this how I love the moment. She was hood about it too, because she had her wine glass in the interview too. She was like, I didn't like that at all. She kept it hood. She was like, why was he talking about his ex? So she was talking to all the producers in the room, like, did you hear talking about his ex? She kept that wine on her, and her friends were right to highlight all the red flags. They were absolutely right, and
it was asking him all the right questions too, and following up on his answers. They did a good job. She got some good friends. She gonna need them. She gonna need them when this is over.
I feel like Chris's mom gonna tell Paige to run. I could feel that coming.
Chris's mom was telling Paige to run. They kept talking about the honeymoon baby, and Chris's mom was like, "Don't do nothing." She said, "Don't do nothing. Get to know him first. Calm down." But one thing what did her friend say that I really loved? It was wonderful advice that she's not going to take. She said, she told him that she told her that he was just looking for a woman to fall into his vision. She was right about that. Like, she's like, he wants this and this, and he's just looking for somebody to fill the role. And then she said, you need to take your time and you need to let him earn you and earn your affections and all these things. Is she going to do that? No. Because of what you said earlier. When you said that his only like coming toward her was like the physical, like sex and things like that. And she's going to hop on it to try to get some type of connection.
Because
we saw in the preview that they was having sex every day.
You know why though? What other couple had this issue? Take Chris out of it. When I make this analogy, take Chris completely out of it. I'm only talking about the way she's coming.
I'm good with taking Chris out of it. That's y'all that have an issue. You and the people in the comments. Continue.
Of course. Of course we want to take him out of it. No,
I'm saying I'm good with being objective in the conversation. It's you all that have the issue with taking him out of it.
Yeah, because you're trying to come up with hypotheticals. You're like, man, you listen, Avengers Endgame would have been so different if Thanos was a good guy. Like, of course, but he was the bad guy. Of course, Thanos would have been a great Avenger, but he's not. He's the villain.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say about
Paige? All right, so I'm saying Paige is coming into it the way I believe Shawnice did with Jeffy, which is like, when we get married, we're married. Yeah. And I'm going to try to make this work. And Jeffy came into it like, I don't know you. That's why
I don't know you, though.
Yo, Jeffy be my man. Yo, he is my friend in my head. He was like, yo, what did you crying for?
For so long, but I don't know you.
Yo, they have like a 4-year-old daughter, and I think he just got comfortable like 3 weeks ago. Yeah, but I think, and that's why I feel for her. I feel really heavy for her because I know she's coming into it like, yo, this is my husband. So like, I'm gonna try to.
She should, but her friend's advice is still valid. That's your husband, but he's still even in marriage. Your husband should be still trying to pursue you. Like, he still needs to do some kind of something. And this is a stranger, so he definitely you need to take your time and let him put some work in, please.
But you are married though.
That's fine. So
for somebody, all right, just hear me out. For somebody, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying for somebody who's going into it with a spiritual mentality, like, once I'm married, I am married. I understand why. Like, I understand the majority of people who go into it like, this is an experiment. After 8 weeks, I'm going to decide if I want to be with this person, and then that will be my commitment. But for the people, even look back on previous seasons, people who've come in with it like a spiritual mindset, like, this is my spouse, and under God, I'm given a charge to be with this person and vows and all, and they take it very seriously. Those people tend to move fairly quickly because they think of it like a real marriage.
But it's different. So, for example, we're just gonna have a regular discussion because I'm gonna take these people's name off here. So, but I still think that, and I'm not being objective this time. This is Paige and Chris I'm talking about. She has not received any type of emotional pursuit, any type of interest in her, right? He hasn't shown, like you said, he hasn't shown any other interest in her other than sex. So this is their wedding, right? And I'm pretty sure they're gonna have sex on the honeymoon. So take Brianna and Vicente. He is like interested in her, it's like he's gonna be trying to be affectionate with her. He's going to, try to make sure that she's okay, try to make sure she's comfortable, make sure like it's like he's giving her something that she can respond to, as opposed to what I feel like with Paige and Chris, he's not, but she's still going to sleep with him. So just because it's your husband doesn't mean he shouldn't be pursuing you in some kind of way before you just be like, not saying that you should withhold sex from your husband. Okay, I'm not married. Don't say that I said that. But I'm saying,
I mean, it's on tape.
But that's not what I'm saying. Even for somebody to get in the mood, right? For women, it's like, usually the guy got to do something, impress me, something, you know what I'm saying? Like, woo me, something.
Here's what I'm saying. You got to take my word for this.
Okay.
I really do believe that Vincent is going to romance Brianna and they're going to be fine. I believe that. Mm-hmm. But you got to hear what I'm saying. Because Chris knows he's going to have sex on the regular, it's going to really look like he's pursuing her because he knows what he gets at the end of it. At least for the next couple episodes, at least from the honeymoon on the way back, it's going to look like he's genuinely pursuing her because he knows what he gets at the end of his pursuit. So I'm just
saying we haven't seen him do nothing yet, and we already know she's sleeping with him on the honeymoon. She probably gonna sleep with him that night.
I hear you, but I'm saying all of them days, the flowers, the dinner, he's going to do all of that for the next couple episodes. It's going to look really good.
You think so?
I'm telling you, just hear me out. It's going to look really good. They're going to like Mexico or Cabo or some weird. Everything is set up for them to be romantic. They're going to go away out the country, unless this might be the first season where they're not able to travel out of the country because of COVID. I don't know. Interesting, right?
No, by that time, stuff had opened up.
Okay. But they'll be out of the country. He'll have access to all of that stuff. He wants to look really good. He'll want to look good on camera. He's going to fake it He's going to fake it for a good long while. He's going to make it easy for her to be that person. Now, when it goes bad, it's going to go really bad, and then it's going to look like Two-Face because he's going to do the job now.
But y'all are saying he's good at faking it, but he ain't been good at faking it this whole time.
With her. Listen, I'm not saying he's good at faking it. I said he's aware that the camera is always there. He's good at faking to the camera. Do I think we can't see through it? Absolutely. I think I see through it. I think everybody sees through it. I think that's why he's on Facebook and online, allegedly putting out cease and desist orders against people already coming at him. People don't went online to his Subway and put 1-star reviews talking about how much they don't like him. Go look it up. There are former cast members that are already talking trash about him, which I've never seen.
They was about to fight on the thing. So
no, I'm talking about former cast members from previous seasons are already coming out publicly online talking about Chris. Like how he's in for it. He better monetize on whatever this is. Get on Dancing with the Stars or whatever he needs to, because he's going to get dragged. You hear me? But I think that he will do enough publicly with her to
in the next couple of days for her to sleep with him.
I think the next couple episodes he'll show up with flowers. I think he'll do all the things to look good. I think so. And he
didn't do that at the wedding is all I'm saying. Like he could have been looking good at the wedding and he looked like trash.
So I'm just saying, this is my hunch. I can be wrong. Everybody out there watching, this is my quote in life. I can be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. I don't think he's attracted to her. He's said very heinous things to confirm that. But I think the fact that they'll probably have an active sex life will add to the idea that his intentions will be to romance her because of what he can get. The difference between Brianna and Vincent is I think he'll actually be doing it because he wants to get to know her and wants to make her happy. I think for Chris, I think it'll be to get something from her, which will be sex. That is my hunch. I could be wrong. Like I said about
Haley and Jake.
Super Mario and the Ice Queen, that I was wrong about that. I could be wrong about this.
And my hunch is that she's just going to give up herself before any of that happens.
I think she gave up of himself before Marrying Millions even came on. And I think it's what came first, the chicken or the egg. I think the chicken came first. And then I think he'll do what he has to do to keep it going until the relationship goes downhill. But I did want to ask you this. That's why I asked about the thing with her girlfriends. How honest would you be with your girlfriend about a red flag that you saw with somebody she just married?
I would wait until we were in private. I wouldn't do it on camera. But I would absolutely send a text. I would go to the bathroom. Something where the cameras can't hear me, but I would say something that day. I would have to. Because if it all went to hell and I didn't say nothing, now I'm the trash friend when I knew.
You're going to be a meme. So you would have told her, like, run. This ain't it.
I would have said, keep your eyes open. This is what I seen. Take your time. Keep your eyes open. And be careful.
Listen, if that was my boy, I'd be like,
get your lifetime check, but keep your eyes open.
I'd be like, maybe you need to fast 3 days too, because I don't know what the Holy Spirit told you.
I would not say run, but I would just be like
a nice healthy jog.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on, cover the mic up. So he told me that this is a mess. You let me know if you hear him say that tomorrow. Text me. Okay, girl? All right. Jamie, AJ, I saw Jamie Notice had a if that's how you pronounce her name, Jamie, the girl from the first season. She was talking trash about him on her Instagram. I just
listen, this is all I can say for the people. Kasaun Wilson here. Pleasure to meet you all. I'm happy to be here with Tasha Motown Review. All right, but I want to say this. I can't say everything. I can just give you enough to Google. So I've given you enough to go Google it. Enjoy. I got to leave something to the imagination. Plus, if I say everything and Chris watches this, Tasha gonna get sued, and she'll never get to Chad that way.
Chris don't got nothing to do with Chad. First of all,
talk to me.
Yo, lucky I ain't looked him up yet.
Yo, the truth be told, I was just about to say one thing about my wife. I don't know if this is all women, but I know my wife definitely does it. Is we'll be watching Married at First Sight, and something will happen on the screen, something crazy, and she'll be on her phone for the next 5 minutes. And after that 5 minutes, after that commercial break, she'll know that person's social security number, the last 10 people they dated. She'll know the address of the subway you own. She'll know everything. So I'm pretty sure that girlfriend was like, what is his full name? And probably went in the bathroom and Instagrammed it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. If I really wanted to look, if I was really into Chad, like the way you think I am, I would have known everything by now. But I haven't even looked him up.
Okay.
I haven't.
We'll see.
But so we can end this. Let me fight through. Brianna and Vicente, they doing good. She already started. She's trying to give up her last name already after apparently she wasn't going to do it, but now she's ready to give up her last name on the first date, which is fine. It should work.
That's the power of having a good beard. Lord bless me. Bless me, Lord.
Exactly. This is what I'm talking. Is this thing? Eyes open and legs closed. Period. Okay. Period.
That should be the slogan for a singles ministry for a church. Hey, somebody copyright that. That is great. We are the Second Baptist Church Singles Ministry. Eyes open and legs closed. IOLO. IOLO. Eyes open. No.
E-O.
Did I say? Wow, I can't spell today. EOLC. EOLC. Eyes open and legs closed. That's brilliant. Whoever it is, So Love 21, you need to copyright that. Sitting that around, eyes open and legs closed.
I think she goes to my church.
That's a proverb. That's an African proverb now in the Message Bible. That's a Message Bible proverb. Eyes open and legs closed.
So they're gonna be fine so far. I'm not changing anything till after the honeymoon, like I said. But Virginia and Eric, who I'm now deeming as Michael Scott, after that. That he reminds me of Michael Scott so much. After she kissed him at the wedding, he was like, "Ooh, okay." And he was giving me Michael Scott vibes since then. I think Virginia's gonna be fast, and she's gonna sleep with him at the honeymoon. And they have literally nothing in common, and they're gonna get physical way too fast and fall apart because that's all. It's gonna be used as a crutch for their lack of commonality.
I don't have a nickname for Virginia, but I just want to make this face. Why do you
got a name for her?
I want to make this face.
That is literally her favorite, like, girl.
Yo, the IOLC conference. Let's go.
Yes, come on, Valentine's Day.
Hey, why do I keep saying wrong letters? The EOLC conference. Who y'all want to preach at the EOLC conference?
Chris's pastor.
Whoop. Whoop. I listen. All I know is at the EOLC conference, I know Jonathan McReynolds is headlining because y'all be ready for him. Y'all be in his DMs going. He wrote people just to get y'all out his DMs.
Huh? Wow. And then they're gonna have sex on the honeymoon for sure. She's a little fast one, and then it's gonna fall apart because they have nothing else in common.
I don't know about that anymore.
You think they have stuff in common?
We're talking about Virginia and Eric?
Yeah.
I am pretty sure that when it came out that Georgia had flipped blue, that it wasn't a good day for him and his family. But now, there's something about him that's a little cooler than what I thought. I'm going to put them. Is this the prediction part?
Sure.
I need to see my predictions.
Okay, hold on. What? Don't tell the.
Is the name of the show EOLC now? No. Okay. All right, these are my predictions. Okay. I would like to start off by putting a 4th stop sign by Paige and Chris. Please and thank you. As many as can fit on that. If you need to lower the font to add 5, I'm fine with that as well. Okay. There was something about Virginia and Eric on the wedding night where he came. The rapport that they had in the bedroom was actually really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked it. I liked their energy a lot better than what I thought.
Energy.
Well, that's true. And that's fine. But
the drunk energy, nothing else in common with these kisses and
I'm gonna
these glasses of wine and champagne.
I'm gonna put first of all, I want to put Dr. Pepper in jail for some of these pairings. I just want to start off by saying that. I just want to say for the record, Pastor Kyle, I'm very disappointed in you. We
we believed in you.
Yeah.
We were all rooting for you.
We were all I like all the experts. But Pastor Cal is the one that you're like, you're supposed to hold it down for us. And Pastor Cal, you let us down this season, man.
Well, we don't know what he might have some stuff to say in the season. He ain't let us down yet.
I know, but I'm just saying, Dr. Pepper be just, I think Dr. Pepper be trolling. She'd be the one that'd be like, "Hey, I want to put this." She might put a married man with somebody. Like she don't care. She'll put anybody together.
Basket, shaking it up and pulling out names.
She don't care.
So you think Virginia and Eric is a maybe now? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I feel something that I did not feel the last episode.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put
something bad today.
Huh?
You ate something bad today?
I actually cooked. My wife's been cooking, killing it in the kitchen. So I was like, I got to cook something. So I cooked tonight. So she could be the one on the toilet tonight. Women, y'all got it. I'm sorry. That's a whole nother. I'll tell that story the same day you tell the whole Taco Bell story. I'm going to put Virginia and Eric at maybe.
Okay.
And I'm going to leave them there. Here's what I'm going to say.
But no, we said after the honeymoons, we're either saying yes or no.
All right, so I'm going to leave them at maybe until I'm going to leave them at maybe. I'm at maybe.
Really?
Yes. Okay. You know, I was very against them at first, but the energy in the bedroom, I figured she had sobered up. She was eating bread, so she wasn't as drunk as she was at the wedding.
They was drinking in the room.
Well, okay. But
what are you talking about?
But all right. So I expected his energy towards
He's
her.
on a high from his first wedding.
Granted. But he's not as, this is going to sound so weird. He's not as divorced as I thought he was. You know what I mean when I say that? Like he had never had a wedding. It wasn't like a real marriage. So he's not as that's what he said. He said it was his first ceremony. It was just on paper so she could live with him. Like it wasn't real. So he's not as divorced as I thought he was. I take marriage very seriously. I'm not, you know what I mean? I hope y'all know what I mean. And then I thought that his energy towards her in the hotel room would be similar to Haley's energy towards Jacob. But it wasn't. He was real like chill and engaging, and they were like all kind of. He was
soaking up all this cute girl likes me. This is different.
And I think there was something about her when she was talking to his friends and family when
she was realizing that he has nothing in common with her.
But listen, hear me out though. When she was explaining herself, like I love festivals, I love music, and his friends were like, yeah, it probably won't be any of that. Her demeanor wasn't really like, oh, she was just like, okay, cool.
No, it was not. She was like, oh.
Not as divorced as I thought. Y'all know what I mean, though.
Her demeanor was like, oh, okay. She was trying to look like she wasn't as disappointed as she was. She was like,
oh. Mark my words. He is a little cooler than what I thought. She's a little more grounded than what I thought. They're at a maybe for me. And he was not as divorced as I thought.
You need to apologize to whoever BM was last week because you went ham on them about Virginia and Eric, and now you're going back on what you said, and you about to go, and then you're going to go back on what you said again.
I would get a not as divorced as I thought T-shirt, but I would have to explain that to my wife, and I'm not putting my marriage in jeopardy for none of y'all.
Weak.
No, I can't. Those.
So okay, you gonna maybe and Eric. That's interesting.
Mark my words. They might be okay.
Mm-hmm. And and last was Clara and Ryan. I don't really have much to say about them. They keep trying to edit her as a complainer, but she's really just like she's giving me typical sorority girl vibes. Like talks a lot, just regular.
Am I at maybe for them?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes for them.
Okay, what made you change your mind? Because you were maybe for 2 weeks in a row.
You know, I feel like maybe she went to another Black Lives Matter rally between last episode and this one.
Between the ceremony and the reception.
I think she might have went outside to go protest, come back in. I think she broke a Target window. Like, remember when they was breaking into Targets in Atlanta? I think she left the wedding, broke into a Target, put the extra ponytail in her head. That's why when she was in the hotel room, she was like, "Where's this ponytail came from?" That's the ponytail she got in the riot. She didn't even know. That's the ponytail from the riot. But the way they were in the bed was it was engaging. It felt good. I could be swayed by the romance, maybe. I love love. But right now I feel yes for them. That's what I feel. How about you?
I've been saying yes literally since the first impressions.
That's a fact.
I have seen them. They're a match. It's the only thing that's gonna be a little bump in the road for the season is he ain't said I love you before, but he's gonna love her.
Yeah, he'd be fine.
Yeah. So I think that's it. Unless you have anything else to say.
Yes. I want to go on record with an official thumbs down on the Ice Queen and Super Mario Brother #1, Jake. I would like to officially I was wrong. People look at me. Hold on, let me put my camera up. I was wrong. And the Holy Spirit told me to tell you that. And this isn't the same Holy Spirit that was talking to Paige. No, this isn't the same Holy Spirit that was talking to Paige. This is the real one. What she had was just adrenaline for getting married. This is the real Holy Spirit. Told me to tell you I apologize. I was wrong. They are headed for divorce. They will be as divorced as I think.
Haley and Jake,
yes.
Okay.
She's not about that life. And she's gonna treat him like trash. And she's gonna cheat on him before the season's out.
Okay. So I will make my yes or no decisions on these other three folk, I guess, after the next episode, which I'm assuming is the whole honeymoon if they don't play us and drag it. And we'll make your corrections.
Those are my corrections.
Okay. So thank you everybody for watching and sticking with us. Everybody in the comments, big up to y'all. Can y'all like this video so other people can see it? Thank you, Kasaun. We will see y'all next week. I don't know what time because you got a show next week, don't you?
No, it's in 2 weeks. But since you segued it, in fact, we'll do it right after the show. So Thursday, February 11th, once a month, I do a show called K's House Party. It's stand-up comedy, games, live music, DJ, all of that good stuff. All of it is on my IG. It's the link in my IG bio, The Life of KAY, or kasaun.eventbrite.com, and it's absolutely free. But what I'm going to do that night is we can actually, I'll do the show. The show starts at 5, and then we can do it right after. So I'll be done by 6.
So 9:00 our time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's 2 weeks from now. Okay. So we'll see y'all next week at 8. And have a great evening, everybody.
Tasha's going to tell us the whole Taco Bell story.
I am never going to talk about that ever again. Never again am I going to talk about that. I don't think he's going to see this, but now I'm stressed. I won't be sharing anymore. That's it. All right. Be blessed, everybody. Good night.